Hey, what's up, everybody? Chris here, and I haven't put out a lengthy video in some time, but I've relocated my space, my sort of hangout movie video game space. Obviously, if you've watched my channel for any length of time, you can see that what's behind me now is different than what you might typically see with my videos. So I wanted to just sort of document what this is all about. So in our house, we had an unfinished attic space, just again, bare studs, no insulation. It was not meant to be a lived in space. And we really just had it crammed full of junk from when we had moved about 10 years ago. It's actually been that long from one part of Charlotte to where we live now. So we had been talking for a while about turning this into a room that we could actually use. And so we had a contractor come in and take a look at it. He coordinated with an HVAC guy, a plumbing guy, an electrical guy. And over the course of 2 weeks, they actually turned this into a livable space. And so I just wanted to give you kind of a brief tour of what that looks like. And I guess too, just for anybody who's got a similar space in your home and you're just trying to figure out, like, can I make this work? You totally can. I'm not going to get into the details of what it costs to do this, but I will say it was very reasonable in my mind in terms of what was involved here. And again, it only took about 2 weeks. I have, however, been cleaning up a lot of that drywall dust that comes with sort of mudding and sanding and all that. It just sort of filters out, even though they put a curtain, like a plastic curtain down into the upstairs hallway. It took me a while to get all of that cleaned up, but I think it's mostly all cleaned up now. So just going to take you on a quick tour of this. This is not meant to be a comprehensive sort of movie video game room overview, but just sort of a quick look at what you might be able to do too with a similar space. I also had some family and friends just kind of curious about what this ended up looking like, and so this is also for them. So I hope you enjoy it. Okay, so this is the finished attic space. This basically is the equivalent of a video game slash movie hangout space. In this area here, and you can't really get the full view unless I back up a little bit, but behind this barn door is a laundry room. So we had the contractor frame out a wall and kind of make a room there. We've got our washer and dryer and a folding table, which is kind of nice because our laundry was originally downstairs, but all of our bedrooms are upstairs. So lugging laundry up and down the steps was really a pain. So it's really nice to have this upstairs. But just really quickly, kind of a quick overview. This is not going to be a detailed, super in-depth video, but got my Blu-ray, 4K Blu-ray shelf set up here with just some artwork around that. So it's really nice to be able to organize all of that and have quick access to movies, which I do still enjoy physical media a lot. I've made a couple of videos about that topic. I think there is a lot to be said about streaming, and I still do buy streaming movies, but I like physical media over that if I can help it. So one thing I've always wanted to have is an arcade one-up, and when I was trying to figure out what I wanted to get, it really came down to either NBA Jam or trying to find a Marvel vs. Capcom 2 machine. I knew that my kids would probably enjoy NBA Jam more because it's a much more kind of pick up and play type of experience, and we all love the NBA. We're big Charlotte Hornets fans, which is just infinite pain, but that is what it is. So got this assembled. It's kind of perfect. The barn door, when we open it, slides right behind it. There wasn't really a whole lot of other places I could put this, but it fits here perfectly. And so we've already played a ton of games on this over the past couple of days. There's been a lot of screaming and cheering and shouting, and it's been really a lot of fun. I wasn't sure about the quality of Arcade 1-Up, but I gotta say it's pretty great. The assembly process was not amazing for it. It did take a while, and I don't know how a lot of people do it with just one person. With two people, it's totally manageable and can go kind of quick. But yeah, so we added that there. And then you get into the main space, which really this is about an 11.5 by 11.5 foot room. So it's not overly big. If you've seen some of the videos that I put in, it looks like there's a TV back there, but it's actually reflecting off of a print. That's really weird. But if you've seen the videos I've made and sort of spliced into this about what the attic space looked like, it was essentially just bare studs with no insulation. There was one outlet in here and a bare light bulb with a change, but it wasn't really a finished space at all. So they, put up insulation and drywall, ran our HVAC. You can see that vent. I'll zoom in a little bit here to heat and cool the space, which is really nice. And we've got obviously a number of different outlets, and they had to do plumbing in the laundry room, obviously, for the washing machine and all of that. So anyway, I really tried to make the most of this space as I could. Again, being about the size of a bedroom, it's not overly large, but what we decided to do was I had to bring my old ratty recliner in here and of course make use of that. We picked up one of those love sack. I don't want to call it a bean bag because it's not really that. It's got some kind of foam in it, but it's really comfortable. Love sack bag to kind of toss in here for the kids when they want to hang out. Got my video games and some of my completed Lego sets here as well. Got the tournament on right now because, of course, it's tournament time. Video game setup is here, and so this is mostly the TV I'm using in this room frequently. Just got a couple of movie posters and some items back here, a couple of Fallout statues, because Fallout's one of my favorite series, both video game and the TV show, which I think is amazing. Obviously, I'm a big Spielberg fan. This is kind of my Spielberg wall, minus the aliens picture that is there. But I've got my sort of Indiana Jones corner with some of the artwork I've done, but then also the Great Circle Collector set and the globe that came with that, and then the Last Crusade airplane chase Lego set, which is really cool. And then basically just kind of a little retro corner here, because I do sometimes, for nostalgia's sake, throw on like VHS movies, because I think there's just something to that analog picture that comes with that. I use this for DVDs of TV shows like Star Trek Next Generation. I've got the full Seinfeld DVD set. I'll throw those on there to get kind of that 90s vibe. But also managed to work in a little mini fridge here, which has been great. So the kids' rooms are right down the hall, and so they kind of pop in and out to get things here. But yeah, this is essentially what we've done with this space, and it was a really cool transformation. It took about 2 weeks, and this is kind of how everything ended up. So anyway, that's it. Again, I hope you enjoyed this. Hopefully it gives you some ideas if you've got a similar opportunity, I guess, in your home to do something with an unfinished space. It turned out great. We're really happy with it. And honestly, the biggest thing is just not having to go downstairs to do laundry. Like, that's one of the biggest things. You know, besides the fact that I've got sort of my own video game room now, and we can kind of get our guest room back for when people come to stay, but having that laundry room upstairs makes a big difference. But anyway, if you've got any questions about what this involved, just let me know in the comments down below. And as always, thanks so much for watching.